Ancient will begin it. A best-of-5 grand final. Both teams everything to prove. And a last chance before we put a stamp on this season and go to a break. Spirit have been waiting since Kato. NaVi since Copenhagen. And Alexi wants a single map in a best-of-5 grand final.
Bit given a little space. I think that's a teammate shot to the back of the head. NaVi don't want nerves now. Oh, wonderful from the pocket. 2 nice ones, but they still take cave from him. But those CTs who came in from middle now starting to scour down the ramp. It's a push through smoke, a little dangerous from Magix, but ooh, does it ever pay off? Ooh, Alexi.
There's the bomb.
Alexi.
Executed.
He drops it in the mud with man advantage and then also deploys the smoke. I like that. Keep anybody who could have gone donut from getting over here.
Oh.
Zontix turns around. And not emphasizing the bomb pickup, but rather holding flank. Great read from Zontix to keep this cool, calm, collected. As he fires through, now it's all Alexi. He goes through the smoke, and they recover the 2v3 without the bomb.
That is amazing. The fact that they lost that bomb and then were aware of all the lurks. It was a matter of who was getting stalked. We had Zontix there and Donut ready for the flank after he was getting quickly to the A site, and that bomb got dropped in spawn. Zontix, these are the rounds you want to see from this kid. On the big stage so far, he has been showing us signs of Kato again. And it's moments like this. I think he was even fully aware that Alexi could push that smoke, and he was playing tricky around it.
And we need that flashback to Kato, not Copenhagen. Copenhagen, big stage, that's where Zontix disappeared. That's when the aura of Team Spirit kind of collapsed for a moment. The curtain was pulled back. Very collected play from the young man. Gets Spirit on the board first and foremost.
Something was weird, you know. It was the Kato, they were the candle that burned too bright.
Yeah.
And they used up their energy. They didn't go through the growing pains, but now they have. But the fact that they come back around, that's what people are cheering for. And Magix on the anti-eco is going to clean up on the back end, eat them all up.
Got a few rabbits up that hat. Skins him. No tomfoolery out of NaVi in round 2. You'll find nothing. Team Spirit, clean as can be.
Yeah, one of the most interesting stats from when they were so dominant was the fact that like almost every game that they started fast, they ended super strong. Like there were no close games in Spirit's match history, basically, almost at all. And then they started having to play from behind, and that's where we saw a comeback or two, but that's when the confidence would take a hit. Right now, they don't even have to think about the devil on their shoulder, taunting them, telling them that, oh, not a good start. These are signs of a bad past. Instead, they can say, oh, we got momentum. It's our old selves. NaVi have to stop that.
Molly's smokes all over. Now, there's always a question as to what kind of tempo Donk's gonna set out of the spawn, whether that's in a map or in a round. And speak of the devil, Donk in deep. Smoke grenade comes out from cave. In the pistol, they were able to swarm this player. For now, Alexi dives behind box. Meanwhile, Zontix goes deep and surprise, surprise, Bit caught out in the smoke.
Yeah,
great grenade usage. All this time, Alexi, he still hasn't been given a fight. Talk about patience from Magix. Wonderful starting to take a look over on A. He could just run into Chopper. I love this lurk.
Yeah.
Already trying to get ahead of any save. Donk goes into the cave and deletes them. And so far, this is Spirit looking untouchable.
Yeah, it's actually critical that they go for these exit frags as well. Just make sure that Spirit can't think about the next round, have any strong game plan they've got to be worried about. Try to get them in that buy save rhythm. Imma, 2 kills and the exit. It's going to be a trying time if he's going to stay alive, and he can't take over Zontix. Zontix again. He manned up big time yesterday. Want to give him massive credit because I think he was criticized, you know, at Copenhagen for being one of the players who's most visibly nervous. And at his age and for the little bit of experience that he's had, that's okay, you know? And it makes sense that you can be ashamed to admit that you're nervous, of course. But clearly, he's done some thinking. Hallie has definitely had an impact on the psychology of this team. The matches that we've seen so far, it doesn't feel like that's a problem for him right now. But we know that that fight never stops.
Of course. Of course. You got to grow up fast in the world of Counter-Strike.
Very true.
Bit knows that better than anybody else. He goes down to Zontix, bested on an A main approach, but there's just pistols here for NaVi. It's awesome that we can praise Hallie for this ability to nurture the younger players and bring them in, because he is a tactical coach first and foremost.
Yes.
There's no psychology degree behind Hallie as far as I'm aware. And yet, when you have to adapt and mold, he will, he has. No doubt on my mind, it helps that you have a player like Magix to do the same thing, right? The trajectory of these young players on Spirit.
That was it. It was Chopper, and then it was Magix behind him as the one sort of, it's hard to talk about. Magix is some old guy, right, obviously, but he's the oldest.
He's wise beyond his years.
In terms of being on the team, Shiro getting pushed down. It was a 1-for-1 trade.
It's a little bit of action.
Just before the bomb is planted.
Dude, I feel like Chopper has embodied the spirit of London because he's denying saves every single round here.
Yeah, that's true.
He's so far from the bomb sites already, just looking to clear out anything that could be saved. That AK from Shiro still in the hands of Ime.
Yeah, any other game we'd already have booing, but no saves allowed here, says Chopper.
Not on his watch.
And he needs to win some fans back because I think NaVi have got the warmest welcome here in London of any team that we've seen so far.
You win a major, you win some fans.
Yeah.
And that major deep in their back pocket, they're hanging on with both hands. They'll never let it go.
So the boring way to look at this game is to say that the last 3 times they played the first 3 maps in the series, that Spirit have won, and not only that, that Spirit have crushed them. That's the silly, superficial way to look at it. If you've been watching the games from this tournament and you watched what NaVi did to Virtus.pro yesterday, then you see that we're going beyond the stats now. NaVi showed us, they showed us something even better than Copenhagen. They showed us Imma being used better. Wonderful having his amazing moments as a clutch player, a pistol player. And the average stats of everybody is stronger than we saw at Copenhagen, right? That was an event that they won, losing more rounds than they won.
Makes no sense.
Their wins were close and their losses were bad. But here, they've recovered that. They win the eye test argument, they win the stats argument. They're trying to capture this Lightning. And now the next demon, the only one that Alexibi hasn't beat off yet, is winning 1 map in a best-of-5 grand final. Played 5 and lost every single one. 15 losses.
It's time to maybe scratch that off the list.
Yeah. And this would be probably the hardest competition. Spirit on a 4-map win streak versus NaVi.
It's definitely the most ferocious. Because just like NaVi, it's not top-heavy. Entire team contributes. Donk, not this round. We saw that ramp hit that worked well, but this time it's straight out of spawn. So a timing where NaVi are on their highest guard, and Zontix deep inside of A. Sure, you've got Donk to distract out in middle. Ideally, he gets kills, but if not, at least Spirit have swarmed into the A site, taken it, and they will leave nothing for NaVi to really pull on. That is conviction out of spawn for Team Spirit.
The fact that it's not Donk and it's still an easy round win where Zontix 7 kills straight. And this entry means everything. Is this retake possible? They're gonna come in for it.
But another smoke goes up, so just as they're starting to sniff it out,
that's it.
Donut smoke spells disaster for NaVi. They wanted to go. They didn't want to save. But that smoke front Donut makes the decision for them. They try to walk away with 4, but I don't think Wonderful's off is necessarily guaranteed. He'll get back while flashed, runs for the hills, and Team Spirit take that momentous 5-0 start.
This is the perfect example of 1 kill means a lot most of the time when you think about win rates after frags. But when you see the kill that Zontix got with the positional advantage of the entire A site, then you see that totally trumps the fact that Donk goes down early. So that opening inside of mid where NaVi are playing 2 here, they're a little tied up, and then Zontix sneaking out, that's all you've got to ask for. We're seeing so many plays like that, from CT through that smoke to the back of default, and Zontix finds his timing.
Back at it. Another mid hit. Donk not going to go down empty-handed this time.
It's copy and paste.
Why not? Rinse and repeat. It worked well without the entry in mid 1 round ago. It works just as well until JL, love it, interrupts the smoke. That temporary cover for Magix betrays him.
Are they going to dive this?
Man advantage out. Now they're starting to fight fire with fire. 2 players bottom middle to deal with Donk. JL interrupting smokes. This isn't just setting up a retake where you get utilitied off your site.
But now we're setting up the mid round. This is where we saw previously Zontix find a very key kill. They'll make a connection now.
Yeah, but Wonderful's got this angle, Mohan.
But no one coming in from Donut, no one from A main for the time being, and a smoke on CT means, do they get the plant?
Ooh, does he dive this? He's got the flash, he's gonna dive with the up onto the site, countered by Shiro.
They were waiting for it.
Oh, he is that stable pillar they rely on.
They were frothing at the mouth, man. They wanted in.
Because that was the nature of the rest of the round. That's what got JL into Magix. That's what got the donut fight in position. Alexi tries to play with a faster tempo, and now it is him that has to clutch. And timing's great. He sees the ball, but can't finish the kill, can't snap it over, can't stop the Spirit 6-round streak.
Yeah, man. And now all the scales on the dragon are shimmering. Everybody getting a piece. Another round in a row won. Another gap found after a better start versus this A attack with 2 kills coming down. But when they made this, the plant was so quick, and there's a very precise timing. You could see that Wonderful was readying his push through the smoke. But since he didn't do it a second before that, they weren't ready for that bomb to go down. They missed it. Shiro knew they were going to come through. He's going to run around. A big risk to take because you lose all your players trying.
Back-to-back conditioning rounds into that A hit. Zontic sniffs it out a 3rd time, but the rest of this pack for Spirit has other plans. I don't feel like NaVi are falling for the possibility of it coming out a 3rd in a row. No way. Alexi takes responsibility of Cave. He's got 2 players dead B behind him. Trying to muster together some kind of an opening frag, but doesn't also want to die, so understand he runs from risks.
The timing on the molly is perfect because they know he has to reload, so he can't play on the left side and wait.
Well then, foregoing the front room, but not giving up on B. In fact, getting a little antsy. We saw them try to fight fire with fire 1 round prior. Now they'll go for it again. Chopper on
Chopper or Opper.
Yeah, he can do it all. JL's in the corner, but while JL's down on ramp, Magic starts to come through Cave. Shiro, very important trade, and then JL is able to turn the tide back into the hands of NaVi. Swapped out the gun, everybody fighting on an aisle. Shiro's in the middle of them all. And this support has worked its way over. He's just gonna go for bomb plant. Chopper is completely out of this. I mean, it's Shiro or it's the CTs. It's as simple as that. He has already given up on holding off this defuse. Chopper will sprint to the back line. Wonderful's gonna stick this. It's 10 seconds all the way. Nothing he can do.
Nice, nice. That's NaVi back in the round, back in the game. That move from JL. Instead of going to Banana to fight into the exec, he could have died to Shiro. Instead, he goes out to the left, goes into the cutout, and that means that Shiro can't come out. There's no way for him to fight. There's no way for them to attack this position. And yeah, this was a smooth move right here. He jumps out to the right. But still, they have numbers again. A 4v3 in the other round, a 3v2 here. And the immediate attack from Hallie.
And we've been talking about him all event long. Let's keep it up. Coming through with the fine tune. Looking to be the opposite of Blade. What a massive ask to have to be as tactical, as refined.
But look at the system they've created, man. No questions whatsoever. In terms of the 2 teams that have shown the most impressive T-sides and been 2-way teams at this event, it's these 2 teams in the final, for sure. You know, we saw Vitality struggle to bring ideas to their CT side throughout the event, not playing like themselves. FaZe, of course, not at full strength either. It's a very deserving finish for the 2 grand finals that we've got.
Ooh, tough one for Emet. But he's keeping this fight up. That ain't Donk, it's just Zontix, who's currently 9-1.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually that had more weight behind it. Chopper, ooh, tries to get cheeky. Loves to put himself in a position to make something happen. Add him to the list of the IGLs that'll take it over. Emet, okay. Big impact from him, softens up Zontix, cues up Alexi. The T's pop that smoke open. What the hell? Donk now stuck between them, and Alexi's just gonna hit the headshot. Wonderfully done.
And it's off the tack, importantly as well. Sometimes in the past, Spirit were not quick to use them. They say, okay, let's just believe in the plan for a little bit more, and then it doesn't work out. Here at this event, Hallie after tacks, it's seeming like they've been able to improve the rounds. But what do you have instead? A round like NaVi had on Anubis versus Virtus.pro yesterday. Straight dominance. Every individual fight won.
What a pathing from Ema this round.
Yeah.
Takes the fight to Zontix, climbs up, throws himself down lane. I mean, that didn't even seem incredibly supported.
And he's got the smoke on the outside of Cave that he's concerned about, and he sees Chopper coming through it. But the thing that I'm happy to see is the headshots. The fact that it's Alexi B straight to the head. The fact that it's Ima straight to the head. That's just not the way you want to see NaVi lose rounds, because their form, again, in playoffs yesterday was just on another level.
A little recovery mission here with the last 10 seconds of the round, but nothing you can do. Just anticipating a fight out. So NaVi do a great job of bottling Team Spirit outside of the B site. Keep that lightning contained. And a couple rounds where Donk hasn't really got his groove towards middle. Zontix tries to take up the mantle. Almost costs him his life at the start of this. Imagine how much easier this one would have been if Ima also gets the first.
Yep.
And I love seeing Ima in this form. I love seeing Ima taking fights.
Yes, and he's the #1 guy that you wanted to have an improvement coming from their big win this year to this event. And he's shown us some really great rounds.
Disrespecting the smoke, straight through it, into the off boost. Shiro looking for an opening, but Wonderful's on him. And they hit each other, but Wonderful nails the kill. Good recovery out of Magic's fast. Alexi just trying to keep up this tempo. Again, they get into the thick of it. Again, the trades come out. And just when you think things could come to a pause, a slight crawl through smoke. Ima bitten.
He's not done.
3 kills out of the young gun. Wonderful started it with the Oct duel, but now he has to end it with the clutch. Oh my God, Chopper, hold on.
The timing is insane, but you know what? This is Chopper's audible.
Eyes on the radar.
They're sending him back. Wonderful, we've seen amazing clutches out of him, but right now he doesn't know that he's being tracked.
Ooh, man, Chopper, a little delayed getting out of the house this morning, misses the train on the crossroads.
And we see if Wonderful's, you know, he's just found himself a place to save, sort of inadvertently, coming into the A site, wondering how they knew. But of course, ran right by Chopper. Chopper was in an unlikely spot. And this is Spirit right back to another dominant round, and a big one from Donk.
His biggest multi-kill of the game so far.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was doing a watch party when Kato happened, and I had to keep telling people that we're watching, like, this is something we've never seen before. He was spawning into maps versus FaZe versus everybody with 15 kills in the first 4 or 5 rounds. It was truly a moment that I'm comfortable saying will never happen again. For a rifler to be able to do something like that. And yeah, he's built a little cult of fandom around his abilities, and he has shown amazing consistency as well since then.
Yeah, I don't want to use this word lightly, but it almost felt like Kato was his destiny.
Yeah.
Burst onto the scene after the greats like ZywOo, you know, the rivalry that we all want and the one that we thought we'd never have.
Yeah, it felt like that was, you know,
the final phenom.
ZywOo existing is something that we thought could never be topped. So Donk is looking to make that his duty.
Great
to go above
fashion.
The bar that ZywOo has set, which is insanely high. Rookie #1.
This approach from Spirit has been so multifaceted. They've had intended targets on both half of the map.
It's just that they have the proclivity to go A is something that Spirit has shown us has worked versus Virtus Pro, who are playing open A sites.
Yep.
And the fact that they can condition you into believing they might just take it 2 rounds straight means that NaVi cannot over-fortify other parts of the map.
Oh, deep position down the B ramp, though. That's the thing. JL tucks back into that very critical corner he's had in the past. And because you have forward presence on middle as well and Wonderful, you'd think you could go a little heavier on A. Maybe they don't think they need it just yet.
Wow, they approach that so carefully.
As the ramp smoke fades, it's actually JL to double back. So now Alexi takes up the mantle. You still have Wonderful operating out here on his own.
He's tunneled in, right? Because he just wants to hold on to mid, but you know what? Look at the map. Look at the map right now.
Sit right here and hold. Molly goes over top, doesn't disrupt it.
Oh,
fine by him. Go ahead, attempt the approach. All the while, Emes sits patiently back sight, but he drops the ball. Donk comes through, no flick shot from Wonderful.
Oh, and as soon as he crosses Temple.
Yet again, they get in. Whether they win mid or not,
it's not called.
It goes so deep. Zontix almost finding one inside of spawn. It is only Magix who's been able to keep it up because Wonderful's doing it all. And as he gets back around the corner of the donut, the 4th and 5th could still be his, but Bit's been spotted. The nade catches the How many rounds will Zero take back?
Another insane mid-round from Spirit. Sometimes we see a grenade in the kill feed and we think, oh, that's a nice kill. That was critical. It looked like on this round, you don't kill Wonderful, he's going to kill everyone you know. Damn. He was on a heater right there. I can't believe, though, he didn't calm Temple on the cross.
Right.
Donk walking all the way through to go look for a kill because he gets spotted. So did I, so did I.
That's like the shakiest little bit of miscommunication or just the one wobble out of Team Spirit so far.
And to be fair, you know, if you got spotted doing that, you probably wouldn't push normally. Right? But it is Donk. Yeah, but the key part of that movement is getting into Temple in the first place pushes you back through Donut, because now if that guy peeks from the left side, you have no way to fight me without getting double peeked. And it's the scaling once again that's working out very well for Spirit.
So awesome to see what Shiro can bring to the late rounds for Team Spirit. Always alive, always able. Fast one this time. Alexi gets swarmed. All right, Magix.
He said, talk about me a little bit.
Quietly climbing the scoreboard. 8 kills deep is Magix. He'd had a rough month alongside Spirit's struggles. Was kind of down there alongside Chopper. You don't expect him to be at the top, but you'd hope he'd be higher up. And we've seen a turnaround since, right? I think Magix's form is returning back to the better times that we remember of him.
When he was a bit more of a carry, right?
To the previous Spirit major run. Shiro settled down now. But
dude.
Wait, no saves allowed in London.
Yeah, no saves allowed. They're not even able to save.
Not on Shiro's watch. Not on Chopper's hunt. Magix to the top of the ramp.
We're not even seeing this bomb go off.
I think the timing that Spirit have played this T-side with has just been so beautiful.
Yeah.
They've shown 5 different gears.
And that's what a lot of people said coming into this final, is that Chopper is the IGL to watch at this event. He is on form with his calls.
Damn right.
And again, single-digit losses in the last 4 maps as well for NaVi versus Spirit.
Donk loses so much health trying to get himself up the ramp. What can he do with 40? Well, it's better than Alexi's 20.
Same that I could do on 200.
He hasn't dived it yet. But let your guard down for a second, and Donk will come swinging.
This is a forced position, right? Mm-hmm. It's the last round of the half, and look at the buy that comes in. They wouldn't normally have invested in this.
Think about the rounds where CTs are able to hold B. It's when JL's down ramp. It's when they're kind of out of this bomb site. When they get turtled up like this, things go south for NaVi.
It's a pretty simple call for Spirit, right? You play the clock, you play anti-eco on this round, and you wait to see their push.
That push may be about to come. It's just the MP9s. There's a flash in hand, but nope. Alexi, nothing. JL, nothing. Both your cave players fall. All the pressure now onto the sole M4 left. 3v5 is not where NaVi want to end the half, but hey, if you gotta, you will. Emat cautious about the ramp peak, but does he anticipate somebody this far up? 3! Awesome stuff from Emat when a bomb site's about to fall, but Shiro and Zontix in another 2vx, another late round where they can just head on over to the other side of the map with a smoke on the CT lane. No way. Zontix dives this, and it works! What? Wonderful caught in transition. Bit's gonna come through with the flank, and he's not gonna waste any time. He doesn't expect it. Shiro does it again. The pillar of this Team Spirit 10-round T-side.
Hey there, Overpass Warriors. Need a quick...
Yeah, keep the energy alive and get ready, because there may be a comeback or two in this series. You never know. The pressure only mounts the closer you get to the finish line. And obviously, NaVi could not be farther away.
Plenty of time for NaVi to turn around and give us like an Anubis performance from yesterday.
Definitely.
That's the beauty of the BO5.
I mean, what Spirit did to them in this first half was exactly what they did to Virtus.pro yesterday. Of course, you could argue that this competition is a different level up in terms of, you know, the mental obstacle of knowing they've lost to them recently.
Sprinkle in, though, all those 2vx situations that Spirit had as well.
Oh, those mid-rounds were fantastic.
You know?
I mean, that has me so confident that they're just not going to get nervous in this game. They pulled off from rounds, especially with Zontix, who, again, You just can't give this kid enough credit for what he just showed us. He took rounds into his own hands. He found the gaps on A. He stopped the mid rotations.
Yep.
He saved the pistol round.
I mean, Donk
That was a
has his 10
reference
kills,
half for Zontix.
but he also has his 8 deaths. There was a couple mid rounds where Donk is the first death, and Zontix just picks up that slack so consistently. We talk about him, right? He's kind of living in the shadows of Donk, coming in at the same time. But he's the shade that'll pull you down to the depths.
They're gonna come through this?
Trying to.
Yeah, they are.
They'll jump out, and Shiro not sure which way to look, so it's a clean-looking split that comes up 2 frags NaVi. Chopper overwhelmed alongside the Berettas. There is a decent amount of damage done here.
Oh, they're
Donk,
so curled up.
man, he's looking to shred flesh from bone. Magix, he gets 2. And with Zontix next to him, he takes back another. This is another 2vx. Oh, Alexi's in the corner, and he's keeping it cool. Dives to the right side. CT on the site. Alexi, take your time. Magix will do the same. You don't know when he will swing, but what Alexi may not know is there is indeed a kit. First one's a fake, second also a flub. And as Alexi thinks he has to run, straight up in your face.
That's a great call out. There's one round I remember where Jane made this exact same play, and he played to the left by the wall to pull out the cave player. And Alexi comes out with the hard clear and doesn't get nervous. 1-on-2 from the Capitan.
Fakes it with a kit, and Alexi doesn't bite.
There's nothing that will fire your team up like that. He's got the words.
Let's fucking go, boys. Come on. Come on, guys. Doesn't matter the score. Play a fucking game.
Guys, it's 0-0, we won pistol, and then it's gonna be what? 11-0 for us.
11-0 for us.
They sound calm, they believe it.
All right, man. Vima's on that. I can ride the vibe with him. They come out swinging into the round.
But
It costs them a lot of health. So,
if you win the round and it doesn't look like that on a clutch, you don't have conversations like that.
of course not. Thing is, you come swinging into the next round with that mentality. Let's slam them. And now you've got 3 players on shaky amounts of HP, even more so now that Alexi's on a quarter. Good for the lane players, though. Mid-pressure taken off, right? Bit comes in, alleviates the issue. You've still got JL leaning back on a full bar. And you've got NaVi nicely grouped up. But the scary thing with that is one lone MP9 spray down could just drop multiple bodies. So I anticipate NaVi to split. Frag comes in, that'll make their jobs a little easier. Another nade, but it's not death yet for Chopper.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys on both sides of the entranceway right now. I don't know if they're...
God, this crossfire could be huge. He swings, and there's Shiro, the other MP9 with the second. And we talked about the health.
Look.
This is the 1v4 from Shiro.
Oh, look how fast he went.
He cuts noise. Does he clear close? Because there's a player deep, but there's also one by door. And there it is, Eman. He said it, we play our game. 11:01.5 he called for.
Yeah.
And he is the one that finally shuts down Shiro in a 1vx.
Yeah, those trades could have been even more scary inside of the cave right there. With the crossfire that they had, hardest crossfire you could ask for in a game like this. And as he pointed out, there's Ima. Key kill in the mid and end round. And if he didn't step in a window that quickly, Shiro ran fast. Now here's the test of Spirit's mental with the crowd on NaVi's side. Listen to it with all of these pistols in play, knowing they're gonna have to wait maybe one more round for a real chance. But NaVi still, they're gonna try to stay focused. Nice find.
Last round would have made them a little nervous, so I will completely understand if they slow down this approach. Do not make a mistake. That is the aura that NaVi have to hang on to for the remainder of map 1. Sure, you've got other maps to bank on, but why not make Spirit sweat? In a head-to-head that Spirit always win, you can't let the first map go down in this nature. That could just be the snowball effect that Shiro could charge Spirit up with to roll NaVi yet again. This round, easy. NaVi, no issue.
And the last 2 times they played Ancient, 13-4 and 13-9 in favor of Spirit.
Right? This is the end of that. It has to stop. The one-sided outcomes on Ancient end today. That's what NaVi's saying.
Now it's still 5-10. Still haven't even proved that it won't be a stomp. They've got a lot of work to do. And all the fluffy words about being in the right place are something, but nothing matters besides the plan. It's time to unveil it. So we further ourselves onto a T round with a bye on both sides. Sure, op could be the difference. That isn't something that NaVi's got to work with right now. But you see the MAC-10 purchase on Bit. He's going to be used to explode.
But where and when?
Hallie just made a comment about Shiro on stage, saying there's no questions about him. That's not necessarily true. At this event, though, in this last match, he was the one to save it. Shiro will be up to the plate again.
Not today, Ime. Not this time. JL, though, he catches them off. He comes out from lane. Ooh, Shiro, missed chance. Oh, missed headshot. Tougher on the second. Donk, though! Every time. Tested in middle. You may not have an A site to hang on to, but mid belongs to Team Spirit. Donk, 3 kills on his own.
And he gets spotted. Well, he knows exactly how they're going to try to approach him, too. The smallest one-man army of all time, Donk. So much power in that little punch.
It's a lot of bark. It's a lot of bite.
God, this is the worst position you could ask to be in if you're on the T side trying to get the bomb back in the middle of nowhere.
Donk leaning towards mid. Beautiful off angle, but Wonderful seems cautious on his comeback towards mid. If you're NaVi, middle of the map is horrifying.
Just a matter of entropy at this point. Could be a slow death here for NaVi. I don't think it's not that they want to save, but I don't know how you get that bomb back.
You can't.
And the CTs know now there's no time to both get it and go back to the site. So they close their spread. They hang out in middle. And the ruthless crowd lets NaVi know, we're your favorites, but still, hey, no saving. That's the #1 rule here in London.
Damn. And their execution into the A site, it also banks on Shiro missing a couple shots.
Yep. Yeah, this literally speaks to this team, right? Shiro yesterday, Donk every other day, Zontix today as well. Dominant scoreline.
Clean individual 1v1s as well. Third player tries to swing out, but Bit.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. Little joker.
Fair is fair.
He said be consistent, yeah.
Oh, a little firecracker.
Yeah.
So, time for Blade to come through. Battle of the Masterminds. What kind of fine-tuning do we need here? Because, I mean, you had footwork inside A site.
Yeah, that
what you didn't have was the mid-entry. And as long as Donk is concerned, you ain't ever going to get it.
There was, you casted him at the Dodger Finals that we twice now, and then as well as his Kato run. All these events, he had more multi-kills than he had solo. So this is a round where you see that multi-kill potential come out. So there's one thing you got to tell yourself. At the end of the day, if you can't counter him, like Maus were able to counter Donk, showing us that it's possible, then you don't deserve to win because you need to get a trade if you've got 2 guys, right, who are coming into a position where they know where he is. You have to get
Let
the
alone
kill.
3.
Yeah. This is a point-and-click adventure at the end of the day. Donk's just got the best mouse.
Feels like he's got the space, so again, he'll press up, and that's always the looming threat as well for this climb up, for the lane fight. Zontix will hold your elbow. It's just this deep corner, which is occupied. Oh, Donk, just the one. Almost snaps it down to JL. Then that opens the door for Ime, who instead of getting countered by Zontix or Donk, is able to get out this time. So NaVi, an advantage, trying to flex it along the cave. JL just with a little timing, and he does it on his own. A great chance for NaVi to recover, but Shiro, mid-round, these have been the bane of NaVi.
Yeah, and this is one of his key spots. He's been playing this place in Donut with an op ever since Gambit, all the way back in the day. So at this point, you can call it back in the day.
But 1 round prior, 1 round ago, we get those missed shots.
Yes.
The door left open.
This round, though, they need Donut because they don't have a smoke to work with. Shiro will get action in just a few moments.
Yeah, but does he anticipate which side, right? That could be the problem. Yeah, you want to hold on to the site, but oh, the timing. He missed it. He doesn't know, and there Ime finds it. Shiro, not secure, unsure, uncertain. And so the slow squeeze from NaVi finally gets Shiro out of a late round, finally gets them back immediately, right? That one off from Team Spirit's 11, but this is NaVi at the halfway point to 12.
Yes, and that's Imo with another awesome round that shows us that he can do what Zontix had offered up for Spirit, and Zontix is still ahead in terms of how many times he's done it, but the quality of kills here is extremely high for Ima. Off the mid play, that sort of fails for a second when Donk gets his first kill, get the trade back. Ima slides out with a flash on the immediate timing, takes out mid, and they regain control of the entire round. He's getting his hard kills, that's the important part.
You could sense it coming. Sharks circling that donut position. She looked the wrong way at the wrong time. NaVi pounce. Off of the back of a blade tack.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there's another guy who it just feels palpable. Every time he takes that pause, that you see an improvement right away. It's been Blade. So, really fast move to go over and take control outside of the B lanes. They're looking to get fast to mid, but Donk spots this, slows them down a little bit. Flash comes out. Are they going to continue forward? No.
Mid has been this point of contention where Donk has won more often than not. And the one success last round was a slower burn, right? EMAC coming out once Donk's been caught on lane. So for them to crawl out while there's still 5 up here from Spirit, this is more space than NaVi are used to getting for free.
They haven't introduced any lurks, but you can see that there's a jiggle spot from Magix over on the A site. He is holding on to some very good information here.
What kind of call do you make at this point? Right now we're in uncharted territory.
Yeah, this timing, I mean, it's great to find, but it's not sort of tricky with another kill on another part of the map just yet, so they are aware of it. But it does put pressure on the rotations.
And if Emad wants to get going, eventually he's going to have to fight Donk. So we hit the 45-second mark. And what is a very cautious approach for NaVi, one that maybe has false confidence because, yes, you've got a half of the map that seems to be surrounded, but inside of it, 3 players. Shiro, Chopper, hold on site.
The utility is sparse. Every little bit counts here for NaVi.
It's got to be perfection. At the 30-second mark, they've still not pulled that trigger, so they just dry swing.
Oh.
We said the util needed to be perfection. Well, Shiro just gets tagged up, but still has a chance to fight on. Wonderful clears the other defender off at the site, and now Shiro's missing shots. Oh. So he was, for a moment. They squeeze it. They get those 3 frags, and then Ime, man, he was supposed to be the hook, supposed to be that top mid anchor. Now, retake enabled. Again, no Shiro, but Magix fast on the approach. Brought out by the deep fight from JL. I love it. He goes through the smoke. He takes it to them, and with it, an edge.
And talking about no utility, that's Zontix right now.
He's been keeping it calm, but he gets dropped by the Op of Wonderful, and NaVi continue this clawback.
JL and Wonderful, all 5 kills. 4-round game. And another timeout.
Chopper getting clipped means Shiro can't play on pillar.
This is sort of a blessing of a round up until they lose, because Spirit have the time advantage. They dry peek into the op. There's a chance for the second kill to come down, and they literally just lose. And it shows us and it reveals how little NaVi had in those final moments. They really needed to try to win some time by going for a dry swing, getting over K for free, or hoping the op wasn't there and finding a 1-for-1 trade. And yet they still ended up coming out ahead because of this kill here from Wonderful. This second one as he clawed back, and JL cutting off the rotation. And as he pointed out, that was Ima in a lurk spot.
Yep.
But that's his role. They know that he's going to try to do that sometimes. Not terrible that he loses that spot.
Not one missed shot, Mo, from Wonderful.
Yeah, he still got their attention. So 6 out of the last 7 rounds here for NaVi as they come back in.
What once felt impossible, now getting ever closer. 4 rounds the difference and lesser money here for Spirit. And this is a couple rounds now where, okay, not the rifle round. Maybe we don't dive too much into it, but middle's starting to be a piece for NaVi, right? That B squeeze made possible by an early EMA red room peek.
Yeah, they took it B to mid with their cave smoke really fast. It worked out. We didn't have Spirit tried to really fight into that previously, besides the run round ago where Donk jumped up, got his 1 kill, got traded back. So it's obviously such a key part of the map for the T side. If they can win mid, they can win rounds.
Little present spotted up in Donut. 5-7's getting ready to swing. Ooh, he's trying to uncan them. Oh, God.
No.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, the bomb has to be going the other way, and
Hold on, things get frantic. Pitt's trying to work on his own. Look at all the pistols, they're coming back. They want this fight. They try to take it. He takes them instead.
that's the tip of the drill for NaVi. That's Bit. 3 up, and he says, come fight me. I'm sending the bomb the other way.
Ooh, high
I
pressure.
just want you dead.
He perforates the bomb site. They wanted to swarm. They thought that would sting. But it's all too easy for Bit, the headshot machine. Bit on the chase to try to deny it. And I mean, that's even a moment where NaVi are super cautious on their approach. They just wanted to get that can of worms to come running out of Donut, but
Yeah, they got a little caught off guard right there.
bit off more than they could chew.
So Spirit have got the hard route, but it's not because it's been easy rounds. NaVi have been making this really difficult. 4th one on the board for Bit. And this is just saying no chance.
Rocks him.
No chance, no saves. That was key for Spirit to try to streak.
They thought they had them. They thought they had a chance to swarm. But they come at him on the same level. Third player a little disjointed, and Bit just knocks their socks off. 3 rounds the difference. You know that 12th round for Spirit would come with a huge sigh of relief, but I don't know if it'll come at all. JL finds Magix, trying to make it happen from the site.
They're walking in this.
There's no A-play. This
Chopper
is
heard him reload.
a lot of bodies. Spirit, they're just trying to throw themselves at B. Shiro looking to bring it back. 3v5 queued up. JL to make the difference. E-Man, late activation, but by God, it works. And Shiro hears them running for the hills. Heard them, rather. Bit sticks around. That ball will be grabbed. Yeah, good thing Bit got off that position. He thinks that you're on his side, but nah, not gonna happen. NaVi get out of that. Spirit, I mean, they wanted to clamp down on that lane hit. And to be honest, it was the right numbers in the right positions, but the shots come out all NaVi.
Yeah, and they're sending Donk down mid by himself. And I don't know exactly why, because Imma has been a threat to them inside of elbow. Shiro's been missing more shots than wonderful. And the trades are coming up T side in both halves. This comeback is more than real now.
Just like that, Magic's cleaned up.
I mean,
tries to swing out,
Donk
no
was lucky
chance.
to even get his 1 trade back. They were sitting there waiting for a timing to peek, and Chopper was inside cave looking to take contact. Or Alexi was in there trying to take contact. But that was a great move from Alexi. He's only got 8 kills, but he has a clutch, and he has this where he drew Chopper away, heard the reload, and then came and took position. Another save.
NaVi boiling over with the confidence that's come by winning 7 of the last 8 rounds. This T side has done wonders, but last time they approached it, things went south. They've got to be careful.
Alexi.
Team kill. No, not now. It's Chopper through smoke.
This is for Matt Point.
It was always going to be a long road. But to trip over your own 2 feet with Alexi B on the team kill. JL comes through smoke and falls, and Spirits 12.
Donk stands up. 3-round game.
All that momentum, All that fine-tuned CS.
It almost happened before as well on that anti-eco. And unfortunately, that Imma spray wasn't great. Donk was in a perfect spot to try to capitalize. This is unlucky. Launderful's very low.
Who else though, Mohan? Donk, Zontix, a killer piece in mid with the two best pieces of the puzzle. M4, MP9, they get it each.
You're not taking this to the scrim room after and talking about it. This is it. You got to live with this one. You know you'd win that anti-eco on another day. You've won so many hard rounds just to give up map point to pistols and a couple of rifles.
And it's the final timeout of regulation called. Blade and Holly on the sidelines until overtime if we get there. That NaVi momentum. Will they let go of their grasp after a hurdle that hurts in mid? Fights on elbow that gets Imma back on half health.
They fight a little differently here.
Ooh, Alexi queuing himself up, but at the moment the T's are a little stringy. There's a bit of disconnect.
Re-aggression.
They're gonna try to move this forward. Donk on the headshot angle. Donk and Zontix are the reason they won that last round. They kicked it off, and now Alexi executes the player at the bottom of mid. Donk is between the two. Can he recover? He turns it up. And Alexi tries to creep back, to join his forces into what could very well be.
Oh, letting him go, is that the right play?
It's a site that they have hit hard, and it's a site that they have taken over, but it's not one that they want just yet. Minute on the clock.
This is when everybody's sweating. This is the most tense moment. This could be either team. And NaVi are trying to take advantage of that. They have the fog of war right now. We don't know what site it's going to be.
Double Molotov.
The passive defense hasn't always been the best for Spirit. They need everything and more.
Man, they've got the util for the exec, and it doesn't look like Spirit are gonna try to interrupt it. They sit back on their laurels. They double up on this box. They've got to hold this line, and the Molly forces them into this fight for Magix. He holds a little longer, which means Donk's in position, and he's got a back turned. Man advantage here for Spirit, but the site belongs to NaVi. Or at least so it did. Bit has to go big. His back is turned, he's down, he's done. And Spirit close on Ancient.
NaVi tried to extinguish the flames, but it's Team Spirit breathing straight fire. That comes off the back of an incredibly well orchestrated and well